Back at Rupp Arena in downtown Lexington, the Cats getting set to take on the Terriers of Boston U. And Kevin Fair are our officials tonight. Kentucky in the home white, BU in the road red, and we are playing in the SEC.
Well, BU starting out in the zone right away. I thought they'd start man-to-man, but they're starting zone right away. Of course, the danger at zone is offensive rebounding.
And as you will attest, Coach, take of the night.
Well, this is what BU has to do. They've got to make shots, and they've got to come in and play like
team being on task against in a game like this. They're going to be heavily favored.
Well, you would worry about it a lot, except for the fact that they're in that platoon system, which keeps guys coming in and coming at you. So that takes away a lot of that.
And Cauley Stein with the and one.
I mean, once again, you don't win as many games as Cal has won by not being a smart.
6'5" is Hankerson out of Miami, Florida.
And that
basketball and a baseball player. Here's Aaron Harrison, and he got a good look at that one and answered. Soon, with its first appearance of the night for the Wildcats.
This is the guy they want shooting the basketball.
And he has stayed relentlessly after practice to work on whatever.
I got my New England accent working for me.
Exactly right. Lyles on the give and go, and that's a tough catch and finish by Marcus Lee.
But did you notice that time they stopped?
Mosley got it to go down. They got out and guarded him. They just had a young man that's missing a game because he's going for a Rhodes Scholarship interview, which is just all kinds of cool. And from a basketball standpoint, that's all kinds of cool, too.
Zone play, they're looking for the lob along the baseline.
Papali couldn't save it. Johnson, the big, running the floor.
Time out.
And getting the miss. And Kentucky, as they've done so many times, puts together a devastating run. Since the 1634 mark, it's a 12-3 Kentucky run until the former Mr. Basketball, Nathan Judinay, gets loose. And it was Alston who got it. And I tell you, that's the mark of a well-coached team right there, Coach. They take a timeout and they score 5 straight afterwards.
Well, they do, and it's also the follow-through in his stroke is not where it should be right now.
Fanning checks in and goes right at the All-American Carl Anthony. Goes to a little half-court trap. And look at BU's execution as they beat it. It's Justin Alston with the slam. And the Terriers have scored nation's #1 team as they've reeled off 9 straight points. But now they turn it over. Looking for back-to-back baskets. Mosley had it blocked, but they say Towns blocked it on the end line. Mosley was looking for help, but Judinay wasn't there.
Game of runs so far.
Is Kentucky basketball 2014.
At their practice, they spent a lot of time on closeouts.
And Euless threw it right to Mosley.
See, once again, you got to penetrate with the idea of kicking. Start looking for a little bit more offense, and I think that'll really make him even that much better a passer.
You've seen kids during their freshman season go through those ups and downs, and I think he's at one of those points right now. He's starting to hesitate just a little bit.
Well, what he's trying to do is he's trying to please the coach.
Aaron and Andrew Harrison, Towns, and Cauley Stein. And that is Dominique Hawkins.
Not bad for your 11th or 12th man, huh?
Aaron Harrison got in the passing lane and then went to the court.
Got to knock those down.
And Hankerson.
When they make their runs, it's going to usually be because they make a couple of consecutive threes. That's how they're going to be able to make their runs. They're not going to make them at the rim. Dunks at the end.
Eric Fanning. Out of Trenton, New Jersey, able to get
shots off a little bit for Harrison.
And you can tell by that shoulder lean, it's beginning to affect his confidence. When in doubt, just put it up. We got guys that can go get it.
That's right. Sometimes that's their best offense.
There's one of those guys that can go get it.
Oh, yeah. That's the inside out that they want to get. They've got to take those shots.
Boy, and Hankerson, Joe Jones talked about how well he had played. Lyles on the baseline. That's a pretty shot.
Nice shot. He's short. A lot of room. And the more zone that BU can play, the better chance they have.
That's the problem, though. If that goes to the free throw line, the sophomore from the Bronx, and if one thing would keep him out of the
he's just he doesn't have a real good free throws touch, and even in practice yesterday, I think he was
Papali. And Johnson didn't box out, but made up for it by getting the block. Oh, and I thought Lee got away with a push-off. That would have been the... That soundbite is probably being clipped by referees all over the country.
Yeah, that's all right. They don't have to worry about me anymore.
Set around on YouTube.
You know, I was going to make a point, though. The last time Boston U was...
BU playing to win this game. But how differently do you do things? Because what you...
able to adjust. That's what makes the difference between winning championships and just having a good team. He can shoot that ball now. And I really believe that if he...
has spent a good part of this first half on the BU bench after he picked up 2 fouls.
Yes. And
of blocks where a guy's coming over from the backside.
Yes.
But they do a nice job, and it's very difficult to block shots on the... Cut it to 5 or 6.
Amen.
Long three-pointer off the bounce. So it's the white platoon that starts things here in the second half. There's Dakari Johnson with the spin in the first. Papali and Chetty Mosley, who took that shot. And there's Hankerson with everything he's done. So Ulis, Marcus Lee, Dakari Johnson, and Devin Booker as the Whites throw it away. And excellent execution by BU on the break.
From the top of the key, so now they've got 2 bigs that can rebound as opposed to just on one side.
And that was no easy shot.
And rightfully so.
Oh, Hankerson is feeling it.
He sure is. He's probably saying to himself, if my brother could go to...
And the net result is that rare offensive rebound that Kentucky has been looking for tonight. It's just one of those situations where no matter which side of the fence you're on.
Coach Jones, and that is, do I put Hankerson back in maybe a little sooner than usual? We're out with 14 minutes to go, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Kentucky beat Grand back in at the 14:34 mark. And this is certainly the most that Kentucky has been tested.
As it should be taking probably 80% of your outside shots, and that would be Papali and Hankerson. Those 2 guys.
Kentucky held Kansas to just 12 second-half points on Tuesday night. BU has scored just 9. Here's Willie Cauley-Stein.
As when they throw those alley-oops.
That perfection is Elston. And Kentucky now in a more regular substitution pattern. Aaron Harrison in there starts looking at some different combinations.
And I think a lot of that, you know, is a reason the university team is for real. They could win it again this year.
Booker answers. Since 2004. They have given a good accounting of themselves tonight, and lots of basketball to go.
There's that zone play.
And and I think what Cal's done a great job of is convincing these guys that they're going to get better. Here's that law play again.
Oh, somebody better take a look at that.
In that zone, or they're just going to force them to go man-to-man.
Manning took it into traffic and drew the foul.
Side, or else they'll do that all night. And I guarantee you, one thing about Cal, if something's working, he's going to go back to it again. Normally, you get away maybe one basket on a play like that in the game. They've got about 4 of those. That's doesn't happen that often. On those.
The test.
Inside kick out.
And if he's shooting the ball like that, they're awfully.
One thing John Calipari said he was looking for was his finishing 5.
Yes. That's always the most important 5.
Shot clock at 5. And that was not a good possession. Unless you're a BU fan, and when you can play defense like that and get a triple from... Bad shot from Aaron Harrison. But an incredible hustle play by Devin Booker.
Of digging in against the post and playing off of guys, making them take those shots.
Because he's on fire tonight.
Well, I tell you, even yesterday in practice,
Cal just kept telling him, keep shooting. But I'll tell you what else Cal told him. Listen, son, is because you're playing defense like you never played it before in your life. This is a dangerous time.
Aaron Harrison and Joe Jones will have to go timeout.
They are, too.
Harrison fouled on the baseline. And that
outside. I don't think BU can win
man-to-man and try to see if they can get a couple of steals.
People wonder played tonight. And they're going to call a push-off. Yes? No? Yes. The way the official was pointing, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But Judine, the former Kentucky Mr. Basketball, his triples. 4 assists, 5 rebounds, 6 of 6 from the line, and 10 points.
Not a bad night against Kentucky.
Not a bad.
I'm really concerned about Boston University, I'll tell you.
Pretty move by Dakari Johnson.
But it's going to take a heck of a team to beat them.
It's going to take guys making shots like that all night, and
all
that's
night. Defense.
Andrew Harrison knocked it down.
All side to side.
Offensive rebound as Dakari Johnson got it.
More defense than you ever played in your life.
During the timeout, they brought out that huge Kentucky
Yes, they
flag.
did. Yes.
Well, I remember the first time we came. So
I guess every time that big one comes out, they get a little excited.
Yes, sir. Fans, stay tuned. We've got more SEC.
There's that law play again.
And that time it was to Hawkins, the guard.
The only thing he could do for these last 2 minutes is move it back. Maybe pick him up at half court.
Hankerson champs fall to 1 and 2, but they have got a lot to look forward to this season. 89-65 the final. 24 for Cedric Hankerson. Aaron Harrison with 19. Devin Booker, 15.7 assists. Mike Jarvis, great being with you. Let's do it again.
Great being with you.